Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Anime Ramble. Today I got for you a discussion video about Kaiju No.8. Today I am joined by guest. Guest, introduce yourself.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? I'm Grim Saber. You can call me Grim. I am a content creator on YouTube. I'm sure you can find my channel somewhere, and I do various content across manga, anime, and right now I'm really big on Kaiju No.8.
Subscribe to him. I'll have his links in the description below for everybody.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Grim.
Yo.
I think another thing I really wanted to talk about and get your thoughts was when we got introduced to him. I can't remember which time. I want to say it was the second time, or maybe it was the first. It was more than likely the first. He was genuinely confused as to why another kaiju would be interrupting him.
Right,
which gave some sort of indication that he knew other kaiju would be present. Excluding 8, 9, and 10 really haven't shown like a plan.
No.
Like their ideas were just to come in, like fuck shit up and leave.
Yeah.
But they were all, it was foiled each and every time. Well, I'm under the impression that they were created in another country, and then these experiments just got out of hand and they broke out at some way, shape, or form, which would bring us back in full swing to chapter 1 and try to figure out how or why this random kaiju said found you to Kafka, even though Kafka seemingly doesn't hold any sort of importance. He was just like a means.
That's the thing, yeah.
Yeah, he has no importance unless it's
just a normal dude.
Well, I've tried to think of ways to try to tie that into his childhood and the attack that happened on his city.
Like, what's so special about Kafka? I've been asking that question since chapter 1.
Yeah, there's nothing that even remotely hints to him. I mean, he can pull 1% from his suit, which in it of itself is a surprise, because that has never happened before. Hoshina has said, even with us knowing how terrible he was at using large weapons, he still didn't pull 1%. There has to be. I don't want to say he's already kaiju. Like, I don't want to get that that science fiction-y.
Yeah, it's a hard one, man. Like him only pulling 1% of his suit. I mean, they could just turn around and say, I don't think they'll ever say why, but it could just be that where he was already had the kaiju in him at that point, that it was affecting with his ability to pull power from the suit, because in essence, the suits are kind of like they're pulling kaiju power from their suits, whereas he was already a kaiju, so perhaps he couldn't pull that power. But I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing with why. But on the flip side of that, it could just be that there is something strange about him, and that's why he was chosen in the first place. If you do kind of tie those together, why can't he pull the power? What is so different about his biology, his makeup, that makes him so attractive to this bug thing? That bug thing, man, like it's given me so many questions since chapter 1. And I feel like I want an answer now, but then I also feel like it would be too soon to have an answer now. But it's just it's a question always in the back of my mind. What the hell is that damn bug thing?
I don't know. I think it's defective. I think it's.
I said that, man. I said
really?
that. I was like, is it just so? Was it created to do this job? But it's like almost like. Or was it? I think one idea I had was: are the bugs created to create more? I guess like Daikaiju level threats, in the sense of they find a host and then turn into a Daikaiju. But the way I thought about it was that perhaps they just find normal kaiju, and then they use that kaiju as a host to become a much more powerful kaiju, hence a Daikaiju or something like that. And one idea I had was that maybe one of them was just a defective unit and went off and found Kafka instead of a kaiju. So I don't know. That was just one idea I had at some point.
I was talking with Dan, and Dan let me in on like a theory in the kaiju world, the Kaiju No.8 world, where people think that Reno is actually a kaiju, like from the start, because we were introduced to him, but we know little of nothing about him.
Oh yeah,
like at all.
Definitely.
And just bouncing back and forth with you, was this a situation of kaiju, the creature Kaiju No.8 being defective, and when he said found you, he went to Kafka, but right next to him was Reno? So is this a situation of him just getting to the wrong person?
Yeah, it's a very good point.
Person? Because Reno's skill level his ceiling is very high. He is progressing what you would expect a main character to progress, like this level of speed.
Yeah. And for someone with like no background, no formal training, as far as we know, he didn't go to any specialist schools before coming to the Defense Force, so he should be as fresh as they come in terms of his skill level. Yet somehow he's pumping out this potential. It's crazy.
You are really right. I mean, I knew he came out of nowhere, but he didn't go through, like, they made it a point to list everybody's credentials.
Exactly.
Like, but him, he has nothing yet.
All these other dudes in their squad are like, oh yeah, I came from such and such school, or I ranked top of the school I came from, blah de blah de blah. But you know, Reno's just an average dude by the sounds of it. Like, he's come out of nowhere, he's got no history, he hasn't come from any specialist schools.
He, like, everybody's a valedictorian. Like, except that one who was apparently like special forces or something.
Yeah.
The big dude. I forgot his name. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
If Kaiju number
But
8,
even then, like, he still trained in some way to whatever he was trained in.
Right. That would make a little bit more sense if Kaiju number 8 was after Reno, because Ten made the question. He asked for the strongest person, and then he was like, I'm gonna enjoy feeding on your essence. And I had put in the Alpha Kaiju Theory video, if they were at some point able to reverse engineer a kaiju suit and was like, okay, well, we can do the same thing, but we need a human as the base, that it would make sense why they're looking for people who are strong and people with, you know, quote unquote high essence. Reno clearly has a ceiling for a high essence, so if 8 was looking for him but accidentally got to Kafka, well, that makes more sense. It would still be defective because it's not working properly, kind of like
it chose the wrong dude.
Yeah, or if you follow comics, you know, Blue Beetle. Yeah, the Scarab was defective. It got damaged when it crashed, and because of that, it's not able to take over. It wasn't able to take over the host, so it has to live. They require each other to survive. If one dies, the other dies. Maybe if he got to the wrong person, because I've heard people like, how did he even get into the hospital to begin with?
Yeah, like no alarms tripped, no kaiju detection whatsoever. Like, he totally flew under the radar, literally.
But if Reno had the kaiju, I'm joking. That would be some serious headcanon.
I don't know, man. Like, I feel like I'm not 100% on board with the Reno theory just yet, but I feel like if I was gonna lean towards it, I would definitely be inclined to think so. If we think about the bug, its target was Reno rather than Kafka.
It would really just reinforce the whole Kafka's not special. This was just an accident thing, which I guess I wouldn't have a problem with.
I'd actually be quite happy with that, because one of the things that is so attractive to me about Kaiju number 8 is the fact that we have this protagonist that, you know, he's in his 30s, kind of slightly down on his luck because, you know, he had all these dreams that he just couldn't follow. He's not special in any way, but he wishes he could have done more, and I really kind of respect that. So yeah, if it turned out that he just wasn't ever special, I'd be fine with it.
I could get down with that. That would be that'd be something really different. Oh yeah, he's really not a child of destiny or good at all.
It would make me laugh a little, to be honest. Be like, we told you, there's nothing special about this guy. No, seriously, there's nothing special about this guy.
It was an accident from the start. Yeah, the kaiju just, you know, he didn't have two. Like, his eyes weren't good enough.
He should have wore his contact lenses.
For real. This mangaka can write. I'll give it to him.
Oh yeah, I've talked about this with Betty, and the sheer amount of research that has clearly gone into things as well, like the science behind things. You know, I'm not like, I won't go out in there and say I'm an academically intelligent person. I haven't got any kind of like science degree or anything like that, so I don't have a lot of the knowledge that Betty has on these things. But yeah, she's told me that the research that they must have done when writing this is just so on point, and I'd be inclined to agree.
When you see stuff like that, like references to nature and animals, I would tell a lot of people to look more into. I mean, who just took a break? The creator of Dr. Stone. They took like a month break just for research. So 100%. There's a lot of different, you know, organisms that can do that zombie-ification process, but fungus is like number one. Okay, that's the entirety of how they reproduce, and her entire explanation 100% spot on, Betty.
Yeah, shout out to Betty.
Yeah, shout out to Betty, for real.
And that's one of the most exciting things about it. Like, you sit here and think about the direction things can go in, and they just feel like they can go in so many directions. It keeps it fresh.
Keeps it extremely fresh. But ladies and gentlemen, if you made it to the end, thank you. If you're new, go plus ultra and smash the subscribe button. Lets me know you rock with the content that I put out on the channel. Guest, say your piece, plug your plugs.
Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to say here, but yeah, thank you very much for watching the video. It's been a pleasure to be on here. Thank you so much for inviting me along. And yeah, if you fancy checking out some more manga and anime related content, please head over to my channel and check it out.
Absolutely, Grim. Thank you for coming on to the channel. I'll have everything in the description and pinned comments below. Subscribe if you're brand new, and like always, and until next time, I'm out.